No, African culture is not nudity. It's a slight to say nudity because this is our culture. We are representing who we are. It's an insult for them to ever come showing it. It's humiliation. In fact, anybody who does that means that the person knows not what he's saying.
A certain ancient text says that naked we come to the world and naked we shall return. But I'm quite sure that every human being is born naked. But I'm not quite sure if we return naked. Or maybe this was a saying from a time when people were born naked, lived naked, and died naked. So were all people on earth at one time nude? And the answer would be absolutely yes. There was probably a time when everybody was nude. And because all of the different civilizations developed independently, so maybe some civilizations discovered clothing first for their own personal reasons, and some quite later. And there are some tribes that are yet to even discover clothing or to desire them. And in this very short video, we're going to answer two very simple questions. Do nudist cultures still exist in Africa, or are the clips we find online just movie scenes that have been portrayed to show off Africans as nude people? And we shall also consider the question, do nude African cultures where they exist need to change? Is that something we should work towards? Is that something we should worry about? So stick with me to the end of this very short video and we're going to respond to these two questions. So it's great to have you back at the SEVICS YouTube channel, but if it's your first time, please click on the subscribe button, click on the bell so you're notified every time we make new contents. On this channel we talk about African culture, way of life, everything African. So we're telling our stories from our perspective. So back to the video of the day. Nudist African cultures, do they still exist? And the answer is yes. There are a ton of nudist African cultures that exist till today, and believe it or not, but there are nudist African cultures that may not have been discovered. It's not been 20 years since the Kuma people were discovered in Plateau State, Nigeria, and these people have lived very peacefully on a mountaintop, and they have gone about their daily businesses, and the people who live just beneath the mountain had no idea that such a civilization existed until a core member on a hike discovered them. Well, thank goodness they are very friendly people, and today people can go visit them, interact with them and all that. But despite this discovery, they have chosen not to be influenced by Western civilization. So a lot of their people do not go to school, and they do not subscribe to any of the foreign religions, and they do not put on clothes except when they are going to the city to trade, maybe to sell their goods or to buy goods, and then they can put on some clothes. But once they return to their communities, everybody's going stark nude. Alright, so this culture still exists, and just like in the case of the Sentinelist people, we still have islands or mountaintops or hills or difficult terrains where these civilizations exist across many African countries. So if you're African and you're seeing this video and you have such tribes that have been untouched by Western civilization, go on and put down the name of your country and also tell us what the name of the tribe is. Would love to know, and that way we can see just how diverse and how widespread this phenomenon is. I think it's important to point out that in many cultures that were nudists, they still maintain some aspect of this nudism. So when the tribes people return to their home, chances are they don't dress up at home, but when they need to go out then, and we can understand that the desire to put on clothes and just about how much clothes a person will want to wear has a direct relationship with the climate. So if you live in very temperate environment, then chances are you'd want to be covered all the time. Maybe go back 1,000 years, the Eskimos were all clothed in leather and all that, animal skin. But 1,000 years ago, most Africans were barely clothed because the climate is not the same. So it's totally fine, and whatever you practice does not make you a bad person. And it'd be nice if we saw people as just that, human beings who have values, who have cultures, and respect their cultures. And I'm saying this because in a previous video I posted, someone asked if I could censor the video, and I did think about that, but on a second thought I was like, this is the culture. We're talking about African culture here, and I wouldn't be doing any justice to the people if I did not portray them the way they wanted to be seen. And it's not my job to change people's cultures or to determine what should be right or wrong for them to practice. They have to figure that out by themselves. And let's move on to the second question, which is, do they need to change? And the answer is, personally, I don't think so. I don't think nudist cultures need to change. What I think is, with globalization happening, chances are cultures are going to meet and there's going to be some melting points. So it's okay if we pick up a few things from other cultures, as long as we don't forget who we are and we don't lose the essence of our culture, of our traditions, and of our own existence. And so, what does the future hold for nudist cultures in Africa? What do you think? Do you think they are going away? Are they all going to fade and vanish as though they never existed? Or are they always going to remain? Personally, I think they're going to remain, and I hope that they do. And I hope that the people can demand that the government grants nudists, African cultures, the right to preserve their culture as it were, and to practice it without discrimination. Because however you want to look at it, this is also a human rights issue. We can't claim respect for people's rights and dignities if we do everything in our power to stop them from being who they are meant to be. Now, I know that in every tribe there are people who want to be different, who want to dress differently, who want to be addressed differently, who want to see things from a different perspective. If the people choose to, then that's fine. But if not, I think it would be totally wrong for people to play God and try to change people against their wish. Well, that's my opinion. What's yours? Let's hear it in the comment section. So if you watch this video to this point, then I'd want to beg you to click on the subscribe button and click on the bell so you're notified every time I make new content, especially if you've not subscribed yet, and give us a like, share this content, leave comments, and that way it's easier for YouTube to recommend this video to more persons, and that way we can make more money. I hope you realize we're doing this for two reasons. First, to sensitize our people and to share knowledge with all Africans who live in the diaspora and those at home, and secondly, to raise money for our non-profit. So do well to support us in any way you can, help this video trend, and especially become a Patreon and give us some support. We could use that. So thank you for watching, and go watch more videos even if they are crappy. That way you'd be helping us too. Alright, thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of your day.